Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? It's Robert Anthony at Robert Anthony Florist. I've got some advice for you on your vase arrangement while I drink out of my hot stuff coffee cup. Let's get to it in just a second. All right, so I'm putting this video together because I got a complaint from a customer and he was very dissatisfied. He had spent a couple $100 on a floral arrangement, and in the floral arrangement he was complaining about the fact that the water was cloudy. Clearly it was an old arrangement. It had been sitting around for a long time because the water was cloudy. Let me talk to you a little bit about that, about the way things work. We use in our business the most expensive flower food that money can buy. We use the best. There are 4 or 5 different makers of flower foods. I'm not going to get into the differences, companies, but trust me when I tell you, there are a number of different companies that make flower food. We use the most expensive. The years of study have taught me that it's the best flower food. Now, let me explain to you about flower food. Flower food, okay, when it's in the vase, gets cloudy. By its nature, it gets cloudy. Here, take this right there. By its nature, it gets cloudy. Okay, that's the way flower food is. Now, I have flower food in this vase right here. You can see for the moment it's clear. But flower food will get cloudy. This is part of the problem. Now, what a lot of flower shops do is they will deliver, the designers kind of decide what to do, not the owner of the shop. And so they'll take the flower food water or the flower water. They'll actually dump it out, fill it up so you have nice, clean water. The problem is they're sending your arrangement in tap water. And by sending your flower arrangement in tap water, your arrangement, if you don't change the water, will not last for more than 3 to 5 days. One of the reasons that people talk to us about they can't believe that our floral arrangements have lasted for 10, 12, and 14 days is because of the very specific instructions that I'm going to go over right now with you as it relates to how to take care of your floral arrangement. We deliver it in flower food. I deliver it in flower food because I've made the calculated risk and the decision that most customers are not going to change the water like what we recommend that you should do. So what we recommend that you do is as soon as you receive your arrangement or that day, you actually flush this water out and change it. We put it in flower food because we know, and experience has taught us, here, if you can put that up like that. We know, and we've been through the testing and everything, that the flower food in the cooler makes the flowers last as long as possible. It does, however, because the flower food is a sugar base, create a cloudiness in the water. So that's a problem because you want your vase to look nice and crystal clear, especially you ladies. You don't want a vase that looks like it's soup, chicken noodle soup or something that your flower arrangement is in. You want that to look like very clear water. So we use the flower food as a means by which to preserve the flowers. And my assumption is most customers are going to put water in here and refill it, but they'll never change the water. So in order to get your arrangement to last as long as possible, what you want to do is you actually want to change this water out after we deliver it. There's nothing wrong with the water. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do when it's not clear, but we've decided to put it in the flower food. And the reason that I do that is because I've learned that most customers in my 40 years of doing this will not change the water. They will just add to it. So our competitors are sending you most of the time tap water. Well, that water, because there's nothing stopping the bacteria from growing, is going to get stagnant. The word is called stagnant or cruddy or bad for the flowers, much faster than water that has flower food in it. It will get cloudy as well. It'll just be clouded up with bacteria as opposed to just a sugary film inside the water. Meaning, those arrangements aren't going to last as long as even one in flower food if the water's not changed. So an arrangement that's in flower food that just has water added to it will last multiple days longer than an arrangement in tap water that you just add water to. So I would say 50 to 90% of the people just take this flower food water and add water to it because that's what they've always been told to do. I'm going to take it up a notch and tell you that although it will only be in tap water, the best thing that you can do is change your water every day in your arrangement. By doing that, even though this has flower food in it, by doing that, your flower arrangement will last much longer even than the flower arrangement in flower food. And the reason for that is the fresh change of water every day does not give the bacteria that ultimately forms in this water and kills your flowers earlier time to even develop. The bacteria doesn't even have time to develop when you change the water. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. Come on over here. Okay, how's the light?
It's decent.
Okay, again.
It's not terrible.
Okay, stand over here because I'm going to use the sink.
Okay.
All right, light's good?
Yeah.
Or do you want to?
It's okay.
Okay.
I could see you.
All right, so I'm back at our sink. This is not ideal. Obviously, you don't have a kitchen sink, or a commercial kitchen sink in your back room or in your kitchen. But what you would do is you would simply just go to the kitchen. You'll take your arrangement, just like what I am here, and you're going to dump all of the water, just like what I'm doing, out. And you'll notice the flowers are not coming out just because I'm just gently holding them is all I'm doing. I'm just gently holding them with my hand right here as I'm dumping them in the sink. Then what you'll do is you'll take your tap and you'll just use your tap water. All right. And you'll fill it up like so. Let's walk over here. So come on in here. Fill in the vase a little bit. No, don't move fast like that. Move slow around the vase. Okay, now back on. So you'll see by changing that water out, the water is now clear. Over a couple of days, if that water isn't changed out, that water is going to get cloudy again. But if you do what I just did back there at our sink, your flower arrangement is going to last longer than anybody else's every time. You also make a note too, if you want to, if you have a kitchen sprayer, I use those at home. We do this at home when we take flowers home. I just take that thing, I stick it in here, and I pull the trigger and fill it up. That way I don't have to try to do a big vase arrangement at a small sink. It really is just a matter of setting it back on the counter and filling it back up. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope it clears up. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope that it helps to clear up any misconceptions or misunderstandings about why the water is cloudy. As it relates to flowers coming from Robert Anthony Florist, it just means that your flower arrangement is full of flower food. There's no way for us to not have that happen and have it be cloudy. It does not mean that your arrangement is old. It does not mean that your arrangement is not going to last. In fact, it will, even in that state, arguably last longer than any of our competition. But if you do like I've suggested in this video and you change that water on a regular basis like we did here at our sink, I can guarantee you that your flowers are going to last as long as the good Lord lets them last. Whatever the life was that that flower had, it's going to last and be maximized as long as possible if you change that water. Hey, give us a like, consider subscribing. We're glad that you're here, and we hope that if you need flowers, you'll consider buying from Robert Anthony Florist. You can find us on the internet at raflowers.com. That's raflowers.com. I'm Robert Anthony. I appreciate you as a customer. I'm glad that you're here. Have a great day.